How's it going, YouTube and Star Wars fans? This is Slade Berlin here, and today I have a really special review for you all. Now, ever since I saw the unveiling of this figure on the Comic Con's page, I just knew I had to get here because I was waiting for a while for them to release this figure in the Black Series scale. But as you can see, today we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Padme Amidala figure. Now, if any of you don't know, Padme was my favorite character in the Star Wars universe because she was played by my favorite actress, Natalie Portman, which I'll get into the face sculpt in a minute. But yeah, when I heard that they were releasing this figure, I honestly had to jump on the ship and buy her because I've seen people already making reviews of her. And honestly, I just had to get her, because she's my favorite character. Now, I do have one small little problem with this figure, which I'll get into later on in the video. But for now, I would like to, of course, go over the box as I usually do. Getting into the box, of course, you have the typical Star Wars, the Black Series figure line in reflective font, reflective texturing here, and a little bit of raised texturing, of course. And down here on the, of course, bottom right corner, you have the shadow portraits of the characters. And here is a very nice shadow portrait of Padme. And you see a little clip right here. And of course on the side here, it says Padme Amidala. On the side here, try not to knock over the figure. If I knock it over, just knock it over. You just have the same lettering, Padme Amidala. And of course you have her name in the shadow font in the background. Turning the figure box on the back, or on the side, first of all. First of all, this figure is number 81 in the Star Wars Black Series figure line. And of course, you can see the Star Wars logo again here, the Black Series. You have a nice little bio of Padme. If you will, of course, want to pause the video to read that, you surely can, as I usually let you all read those. Okay. But now, getting into the piece de resistance, the actual figure and her accessories. Now, of course, you already know I always go over the accessories first, before I go over the figure. So, first accessory I'm going to be going over is actually a really strange one, honestly. As you can see, this figure comes with a spare trigger hand, or a spare gun holding hand. I mean, I'm guessing that this hand, obviously this is her right hand. So maybe you can swap her pistol holding hand out for this hand if you want to, I don't know, hold the other accessories, which is the rifle, or the battle droid blaster pistol rifle, blaster, whatever the thing is called. As you can see here, nice flesh colored detailing on the hands. Not much details. I don't know if you can see that. Not much of a nails in the hand or anything. It's just a typical sculpt, honestly. Her next accessory is this battle droid blaster rifle, gun, or whatever you may call it. Very nice detailing on this blaster, as you can see here. Nice applications of black paint and silvering paint for weathering on this pistol. I keep calling it a pistol. On this blaster rifle. Nice sheen to it, as you can see how the light is reflecting off of the more weathered parts of this blaster, which I really like. Honestly, it's a really solid sculpt too. Not really warped anyway, not warped, not bent, not misshapen anything. It's just a very solid molded blaster. And of course, where would Padme be without her signature Naboo? I don't know what to call it. Her Naboo blaster pistol. As you can see here, this is just a standard, very nice reflective silver paint here for the blaster pistol. On the top here, just a standard brown handle. A little lighter brown handle for the little lighter brown paint for the trigger, as you can see here. And of course, you have this little bit right here that's a little bent, per se. I mean, I don't know why it's bent like that, but honestly, it's just a standard coloring. It's not weathered or anything like that. It's just typical silver brown paint. Just a small little blaster pistol. Which, funny enough, I did not know the handle for her blaster was actually shaped like this. I mean, most of the time I saw her with her blaster, she was holding it. I didn't really notice that her blaster pistol's handle was this weird type of angle. As you can see here, it's like a little groove, and then it's the trigger right there. I did honestly not know that. And now, we are going to be getting into the actual figure itself. Now, first and foremost, this figure, as well as my Rey figure, used the Black Series face sculpting technique, or the face scanning technique, as you may have seen in my previous videos. Which, of course, I love that they're doing that now, because before the figures were honestly looking so atrocious, and the fact that they're using this new technology to scan the faces on these figures is phenomenal. But as you can see here, while it's not directly close, this figure has an amazing likeness to Natalie Portman, who portrayed Padme in the film. Nice detailing on the paint for her face, nice flesh color paint, eyes are all perfect and whatnot. My only gripe, or the gripe I mentioned before, was I don't know if this is supposed to be on my figure, but as you can see here on her chin below her mouth, there's this mark right there. I don't know if any of you guys have this mark on your Padme figures, if any of you own such, but honestly I don't think that's really supposed to be there. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I really don't know. They also did a good job at catching her little mark right here on her face. I don't know if maybe that's a birthmark or maybe it's a mole. I don't know what it is, but the fact that they chose to add that in there when they didn't really have to was phenomenal. I'm really pleased with this figure. And of course, they did choose. This is Padme from Star Wars: Attack of the Clones, so of course they chose to use her Geonosian outfit, which I really love, because you all would not really see her when they had these figures. I know I've seen the smaller figures, they had this same type of sculpt for the outfit when they the addition of the midriff at the bottom here from the claw attack from one of the monsters in the arena. You know, little her belly showing and like little maybe blood scars or whatnot in here. But the fact they chose to use this outfit was really well, honestly. As you can see, she's also featuring her signature scarf or cape or whatever you may call it. Nice detailing on this scarf. Nice detailing on the back of the scarf. Nice little folds and creases in the scarf. The scarf does come off, by the way, too. I'm probably not going to take mine off, mainly because I don't want to, but the scarf does come off. It may take some finicking to do, mainly to get it over her bun, but it is possible. You can see nice detailing on her white outfit. Nice detailing on the chrome little palettes here for her little armbands. Just this typical, just regular coloring, tan coloring for her belt and holster here. Little pouches and whatnot. And her boots, whatnot. And funny enough, I saw reviews of people doing this figure. They said her boots were like a reminiscent of the ones from Hoth. I mean, it's kind of there. I mean, kind of see it there. Little Hoth type boots. This is the bottom of the soles. You have nice little textures on the bottom of the shoes here, like little grooves and creases and tractions in the shoe. And of course, a little pegs or whatever. But getting into the favorite part of the video is the articulation. Now, I have not seen this on many Black Series figures yet. Padme, I think, is my first one. But as you can see here, she does have a swivel head, of course. Her head goes, she looks up about that much. Looks down lower. She does have a very smooth 360-degree movement. But as you can see here, with her neck is actually Like most of these Black Series figures, their necks are always molded into their bodies, with the heads being on a ball joint per se. But with Padme, her neck is actually a separate piece. I noticed this when moving a figure around. As you can see here, her neck moves inside of her body. So, which means that her head and which means she has a completely separate neck piece. I did not remember many of my figures possessing that, save for the KS or the K2 figure from Rogue One. I don't remember what his name was called. But the fact that they put it in there was really weird. Like she has her own separate neck piece. Like it's not just a head. But getting back into it, she just has typical Black Series articulation. Her arms can go out about that much. And it can go, of course, they have 360-degree movements also, but it is hindered for her scarf. She does have movements in her shoulder, in her elbows. Her elbows bend about that much. Well, mine is turned around, I'm sorry. Her elbows bend about that much, which is a really good bend, by the way, I must say. It's not double jointed, mind you, but it's just they cut the groove in her arm so well in that it has the ability to bend this far. Her hand, as you can see here, has a Rocco pivot in it. It goes down that far, and as such, it does have 360-degree movements at her wrist. She does have an ab crunch. It's not a very good. It's not like my Jaina Solo figure that had that really outrageous ab crunch, but it is an ab crunch, mind you, and it is there. She does rotate at the chest. And as you can see here, 360 at the chest. As you can see here, obviously one small minor thing. Her holster is really loose on this figure. Like you can see here, it goes up and down on the body, which I kind of see why they did that to help with her maneuverability. But honestly, I wish they had maybe like kept it stationary like the Han Solo belt per se. But I mean, it's just sorry about that small thing. I mean, I'm not really concerned about that much. It's just, I mean, at least it's there. At least it's not going to come off. There's no way of taking the belt off. So don't try. Her legs can go out about that much, which is actually relatively good for these type of figures. She does have a swivel at the legs. Her legs do swivel 360 degrees. Although mine, I believe, are stuck. Once again, I don't know why with Black Series figures, her legs are stuck like that. But as you can see here, this leg swivels, 360-degree movement. The other one will swivel too. She does have a double joint at the knee. Her knee bends about that far in, plus double joints. And of course, she has the standard ankle rock up here for her foot. Her foot can go about down that much, and can go up about that such. And it does have a 360-degree movement at the ankle. But, she stands pretty well. I mean, I know people have been doing reviews on the, the Black Series, not the Black Series, the Figure Arts version of Padme, and honestly, I didn't want that one, because one, I want figures where their joints don't show. I know the Star Wars Figure Art figures have more detailing, as well as especially in the face, but, honestly, I didn't really want that. I guess, since he came with that extra arm bit, I believe her hand is supposed to come out. Oh, yes. As you can see here, her hand just simply pops out, and you can swap it with the blaster rifle variant. As you can see, let me see if I can get her to hold this. I'm trying to put her hand in the blaster rifle or whatever. I mean, with these type of figures, it's best to you move the thumb first, and then just kind of rush the figure in there. It is kind of tricky to get her hand to hold the blaster pistol, but she can hold it. Let's see, as you can see here, she's holding the blaster pistol now, and of course you can put her Nabooian pistol in her holster here. it will, nice little snug fit. There we are. So as you can see here, she's holding the figure. Now, this video is long, but I just almost over. And honestly, I think I can actually do a comparison. Let me see here. I'm pairing her alongside my Star Wars Black Series Anakin figure. As you can see here, Anakin easily towers over her. But honestly, that was just how they were in the film, because I think Padme was always shorter than Anakin. But honestly, these figures look phenomenal together. I, for the longest time, have been wanting Anakin to have Padme in his... Of course, they're lovers. They need to be together. Honestly, I had Anakin for a while, and I was like, when are they going to make a Padme figure? Because originally I planned on buying a figure arts Padme to add to Anakin's side, but since they made a official Black Series Padme, I was just like, are you serious? I have to get this because I wanted them to pair them against Anakin. As you can see, Anakin easily towers over Padme, but that's how it just was in the film. But honestly, if I wanted to rate this Padme figure, I would rate it a solid 10 out of 10. Or basically, if I could rate it out of 100, I honestly would. Because, like I said, Black Series has really stepped up their game with the Black Series face sculpts. I mean, from afar, you can't tell that that's not Natalie Portman. And it's just like the fact that because I've seen some figures, they've had the face sculpt, and honestly, their figures, they just did not look like how they were in the movie. They had paint all over the place, their eyes are mismatched, but with this figure, it's just phenomenal. Another one of those golden Black Series figures that added scanning to their figures, which I believe was the best decision I could have made. I said, like I mentioned before, my only gripe was that little mark below on her chin. Like, I don't know if that was meant to be there or not. I guess if some of you have that same problem, you can message me in the comment section and let me know if that was on your figures as well. Maybe it's a defect on mine, maybe it's not. Like I mentioned before, I picked this up on Amazon from a third-party seller, so maybe that was why. Because you can rarely find this figure on Amazon, to be honest. It's not even supposed to be released yet on Amazon for some. I know most of these people buy this off of the official website, but as I mentioned in my previous videos, I always buy my videos off Amazon. My figures off Amazon, I'm sorry. But, yeah. I am overly pleased with this figure because finally we have a Padme figure that is worth displaying. Because I mentioned before, people will always have the smaller variants of Padme or the Padmes from the figure arts version, but now that we have a Black Series Padme figure. And perhaps in time, maybe they will unveil her in more of her outfits. Like maybe they'll unveil her in her Santa outfit, or maybe her Mustafar outfit she wore in episode 3. The hairstyle, which I'm not expecting them to, but it would be a great treat if they did. But yeah, that was pretty much my review for Padme. Like I always say, Padme is probably my favorite character of all time because what's not to love about her? She's played by Natalie Portman. She's good in movies. It's Padme. I mean, I'm pleased to have Padme in my collection. Cause I know some people said, oh, when are they going to make a Padme figure for Black Series? And, well, my figure did not want to focus. But, yeah, I mean, that was my Star Wars preference. I don't know why my camera's focusing out like that. But this video is pretty much done. But yeah, like I said before, I would highly recommend this figure if you want a Padme figure or just a figure of her in general with a great likeness like this. Again, I'm glad they put her in the Nabooian outfit. I'm super glad they did that. Not her Nabooian outfit, her Geonosian outfit. I'm glad they put her in the Geonosian outfit. With the cape, which I mentioned before, does come off. You just have to try. Nice face sculpt, nice detailing on the figure, nice paint application. There are no splotches or stains anywhere with my figure. It's just phenomenal, honestly. So, yeah. That was my review of the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Padme Amidala figure. Now, of course, if you all like this video, you can subscribe to my channel if you would like, and then click the bell at the top if you want to get notifications when I post these videos. I'll try to get more videos out as fast as I can. I do have a few new Black Series figures currently on the way. They should be here soon, and I will get those reviewed for you all. I just purchased them today off Amazon as well, so I will try to get those reviews up fast. But, yeah. That was my review, and have a nice day.